Alright everybody, give me a second. Yeah, I'm late, I'm sorry. Are we live? Yes, we are. Alright, good morning, good evening, good afternoon, students and traders all around the world. This is Mike, the FX boss, broadcasting live on YouTube and other streaming platforms like Teams. Everybody, how is everybody? How are you? Today it's 11th of December, right? So we are almost ending this course for this year. So we have the course next week and then we go on vacation, everybody. Alright? Today we have lesson 56, how to adjust the confirmation Fibonacci in an uptrend. Good morning, good evening, good afternoon. As always, everybody, the goal is to bring you from 0 to a millionaire trader in 3 years in an institutional way. You're first an analyst, then you become a trader. Never forget, if your way is not working, why don't you try ours? And a risk disclaimer, this stream is not trading or investment advice. We are here to learn, alright? I'm going to click on Teams if some of you is going to type on Teams. Sometimes YouTube doesn't allow us to put in the chat the things, right? Also, never forget, everybody, you're going to graduate from this Forex course 101 before you go into the Forex course 202. You know, you need to have your chart set up and ready for trading, something like this. Doesn't need to be the same, but number 2, you have a strategy in place, more or less, you know, you understand why you win, why you lose. And number 3, you have a complete, so the 1 and number 3 are the predominant factors, yes, exactly. Number 3, you have a complete understanding how this market works, so you can analyze the market and make an educated prediction. For questions and homeworks, you have my email. Everybody, connect on Teams, it's for free. Alright, so let's move forward. How to adjust the confirmation Fibonacci in an uptrend. Everybody, type in the chat a currency pair that it's in an uptrend. Otherwise, let's go to GBP JPY. Alright, let's open GBP JPY. Yesterday we were talking about, oh, how did the news event go? How did the news event go? EFJ Forex. Yesterday it's our last lesson of the week. In the meantime, everybody, I'm going to open trading view just to speed up the process, alright? Trading view just to speed up the process. And yesterday we were talking about NZD CAD, right? Nothing new on NZD CAD. The news didn't do much. Canadian news, right? The news didn't do much. What happened yesterday? We had Canadian, you know, Switzerland franc. How did the CHF go? Give me a second, everybody. CHF JPY. Also nothing new. Yeah, it's December, right? GBP CHF going. Yeah, it's December, you know. It's December, everybody. So maybe we're going to do some carry trade, you know. I mean, maybe, just maybe, you know. It's December, right? That's the candle, monthly candle, weekly, you know, maybe also weekly candles, 1, 2, you know, second one. Alright. Now this is not a strategy and I need to redo it, right? So JForex, it's not responding, so we're going to finalize this one and open again. In the meantime, this Saturday we have the lazy crypto portfolio. Hopefully we are going to enter in a crypto winter, everybody, so you can take advantage of the crypto winter if we are lucky. Hopefully Bitcoin is going to go to 70,000 if we are lucky. And I know that you don't know what I'm talking. I know that you don't know what I'm talking about, you know. 90% of the non-professional investors, you know, they get scared of this kind of conversation and they believe they are losing, when we, the professional investors, we know this is not the case, right? Okay, everybody, GBP, JPY, we have the sub A, sub B, sub C, sub D, and now we are going to chart the confirmation Fibonacci. Agreed, everybody? So this is the contrarian, and the market broke the contrarian, so bye-bye, you know, contrarian is not valid anymore. So we're going to use the sub A, sub B, sub C to chart the confirmation Fibonacci. The first one, that's on me, so we're going to just make it like not that. And here, and original Fibonacci. So this is going to be the sub A. Well, maybe we can, there you go. Sub A, right? Sub B, it's up in here. Yeah, I know I need to change it, if otherwise it's going to be sub B, right? Sub B, there you go. Sub A. Yeah, I know, Marcos, otherwise it's going to be not clear, right? Because we're using different names. Sub A, sub B, everybody. Sub C, sub C. Sub C, sub A, sub B, sub C. Blue goes to blue, and the market hit this sub D. Whoops. Sub D. And there you go. Sub A, sub B, sub C. Sub D. All good? Everybody do have the same Fibonacci that I do? Sub A, sub B, sub C, sub D. Alright. This is for the monthly. Let's go on the weekly, everybody. So the market broke the contrarian out. In the meantime, we are going to readjust the names. Sub A is here. We're going to readjust the name, right? Sub B. Talking about the confirmation Fibonacci. Sub C. And finally, up in here is the sub D. And Fibonacci retracement tool, everybody, from here to here, and we're going to do like this, and we need to go and original. One more time, we're going to make it bigger, bolder. There you go. Sub A, sub B, it's up in here. And give me a second. Green go, well, it didn't hit the blue. Green goes to green, so the next, everybody, confirmation Fibonacci goes from here to here, right? Sub A, sub B, sub C. Guess where this market is going, everybody? This is GBP JPY. Now it's the weekly chart. Do you see how the, hello Olga, how are you? Do you see how the sub D extension, it's almost at the same level as the capital D extension? Isn't this curious, everybody? Isn't this curious how the Fibonacci works? Okay, if you'll be so kind, everybody, check your charts and type in the chat if you have the same original Fibonacci as I do, and type in the chat if you have the same confirmation Fibonacci as I do. And there is right or wrong in charting. then we go on vacation, right? Next week. Finally. Yeah, no trading. No more trading. Yeah, we're going to resume 14th of February, like a group, right? Okay. Yes, it's going to be fun next year. Bring your strategies. Everybody, December is reflection time, right? I'm telling everybody in classes, in private classes, December it's a reflection time. Reflect, look back at the year, look at the 2025 in terms of what did you learn. It's reflection time. What did you learn in 2025? What did you learn about the market? What did you learn about the strategy? What did you learn about yourself? Then it's what didn't you learn in 2025? What didn't you learn about yourself? What didn't you learn about the market? What didn't you learn about the strategy? Did you make any money in 2025 or did you lose? Did you make any significant money, Was 2025 process based for you? Or were you chasing the money in 2025 still? See everybody, December it's a reflection time, right? Yeah, I know, Todd. Doesn't work in the financial markets, Everybody listen to me. If you didn't make any significant money the first 11 months, don't try to push it hard in the December. Just relax. It's a reflection time, December. Olga, I'm not sure if you can type in the chat. Do you have the same ABCD, original Fibonacci, and the same sub A, sub B, sub C? The entry, everybody talking about trading, right? The entry of the confirmation Fibonacci was here, and in the Fibonacci mastery we are going to teach you, I'm going to teach you what to do, how to manage the risk. Then the risk is not going to be, the risk reward ratio, it's not going to be a problem anymore in the advanced course, not in here. I got the same, just checked, excellent. Okay, everybody, if you want to enter right now. Put 0.5%, stop loss below and down in here. Take profit. Oh, wait. Everybody, should I profit take at the capital D or should I profit take at the green sub D? What are the Fibonacci trading rules saying? Where should I profit take? Where should we profit take, everybody? Should we profit take at the... Do you remember? This is why, everybody, if you didn't receive the package, with all of those concepts, number 5, the capital D of the original Fibonacci is stronger than all the other Ds from other Fibonaccis. And if I'm not mistaken, give me a second. Trading rules. Until the sub D extension of the contrarian Fibonacci is still inside the AB boundary of the original Fibonacci, you're entering trades with the probability 50-50, that's alright. If you can find the contrarian Fibonacci with the projected D extension above or below the capital A of the original Fibonacci, you're entering 80 to 85, that's okay. When you find the C, your stop loss should go below or above the A. When you find the C, the 5, number 6, everybody, when you arrive at the point where the capital D of your Fibonacci, the confirmation, is above the capital D of the original Fibonacci, you should profit take at the capital D of the original Fibonacci. See? Trading rules. And Olga said it best, at the D. Right, everybody? And GBP JPY this time. Give me a second. Did it hit the red? Did it hit the red? No, it did not. Okay. ABC didn't hit the red, but now the market hit the blue, right? Blue goes to blue, the market hit the extension, everybody, on the, and if this candle closes like this, it's going to form a high. So I'm going to speculate because this is our last lesson of the week. So then we need to readjust our, I'm sorry Douglas not here. And we are going to readjust our original Fibonacci. Our original Fibonacci. Yeah, I'm going to explain. Give me a second, everybody. I'm sorry Douglas is not here and Enrique is not here because Geraldo loves the butterfly. And talking about retracements, sub A, sub B, sub C, sub D, talking about retracement, everybody, just joking, right? And now they want to see the butterfly, and we are going to predict that the market, yeah, maybe here, like, the market is going to then retrace. That's the butterfly, and all the love of the butterflies. Then the market is going to retrace down to this level, you know. I mean, sometimes it happens, you know, the elemental butterfly and jumping cat, bouncing cat, you have abandoned baby, you know, whatever the... Okay. Question, now that the market hit the D extension on the original Fibonacci, everybody, what should you do with the confirmation? Okay everyone, so the lesson is how to adjust. So let's get to work, right? We're going to do an exercise for you to see. Sub B, give me a second, I'm just going to lower. Sub A, sub C, give me a second. Sub C, sub C. Sub A, sub C, sub, give me a second. Sub D. Alright, so as always, everybody, we start at the C, right? And give it a second. We need to find the high. So the first sub A, sub B, sub C was in here. And I believe it broke, right? Oh, it didn't. So the first one was here, right? Sub A. Remember, the same rules apply from the original Fibonacci, the same rules that you've learned. You apply to the original Fibonacci, and you apply to the contrarian Fibonacci, and lastly, you apply to the confirmation Fibonacci, right? So the first one, it's on me. Green goes to green. So this would be then the sub D must be a high in an uptrend. As always, everybody, same rules. Sub A goes to sub C, and sub B goes to sub D, right? We've learned this, how to readjust Fibonacci, how to readjust the confirmation Fibonacci. Alright everybody, moving forward, which one is the sub C? Is the first circle the sub C? Is the second circle the sub C? Or is the third circle the sub C? And then which one is the... They are going to wait, right? Let's go step by step, right? We have time. Which one is the sub C? You're using the same rules that you've learned with the original Fibonacci. The sub C is the lowest point inside the sub A, sub B boundary after the sub B, before the market hit the appropriate sub D extension. Olga Newton is correct. The third one is the lowest point, so the market hit the red, right? Now we can help ourselves with the vertical line, horizontal line, and we need to find a high. So that's the high, everybody, up in here, and the Fibonacci, the confirmation. So now sub A goes to sub B goes to sub D, and sub A goes to sub C, right? And we just readjusted the confirmation Fibonacci in an uptrend, right everybody? So that's the sub A so far, that's the sub C so far, and because green goes to green, so far the sub D, right? Sub B, sub D, okay everybody? Now, as you can see, the confirmation Fibonacci is still here, but simultaneously the market hit the extension of the original Fibonacci. What should you do? What do you think? Should you continue to trade the confirmation Fibonacci because it's a structural part of the original one, or should you readjust and trade the original Fibonacci, everybody? What do you think? Yeah, talking about right or wrong, there is not really, but it's a logic, makes sense? Okay. 8 times out of 10, when the market hits the extension, the market's going to retrace. That's why, you know, it's not really a rule, but... Well, it's really a rule. Okay, everybody? So, because the... Yes, because the original Fibonacci is the strongest force, and the original Fibonacci D is stronger than all the other Ds, then when this happens, everybody, I mean, we need to wait for another candle, right? But if this candle closes bearish, then you need to readjust, you must readjust the original Fibonacci. Are we clear? Are we clear, everybody? Talking about the Fibonacci has the statistically proven edge, everybody. Look at GBP JPY on the daily chart. If you would trade it would take some time, fair enough. But starting from 2020 for 5 years now, you would win 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. You would win 6 times, everybody. Makes sense? Isn't that true? Can you see it, everybody, with your own eyes? If you would trade just the original Fibonacci, you would win 6 times. Can you make some money trading the original Fibonacci? The most important variable when it comes to the advanced institutional trader course and the retail trader mindset, everybody, is for you to follow the rules. Olga says, yes, absolutely, we can make tons of money. It's true. But it's not easy, see everybody, you know. When the market is like this is the original now, you know. And we are up in here, you know, and the market starts to retrace and retrace and retrace, you know. And I'm telling you, buy the Fibonacci, buy the Fibonacci. Buy in terms of the direction. And you are not willing to buy. Makes sense, everybody? And you are trying to invent hot water all around. Inventing hot water being normal. That's the reason, makes sense? But when it comes to the advanced course, the Fibonacci Mastery, we are going to go through 27 currency pairs, and you are going to see with your own eyes that the original Fibonacci on the daily chart wins 7 times out of 10. It has a statistically proven edge. Okay? That being said, everybody, I'm going to delete now the confirmation, because we're going to readjust now the capital A, capital B. We're going to readjust the original Fibonacci, right? So I'm going to speculate that this is a high, and now this is going to be the new. We're going to check back on Monday, but this is going to be the new capital A, capital B, capital C down in here, and finally, you know, up in here. And the last one, GBP JPY 4-hour chart. Give me a second. Do I have? Whoa. I didn't chart this, everybody didn't chart this for a long time. Okay. Nevertheless, let's do it right now. Okay, this is the original one. I'm going to delete this one, everybody. And well, we can also talk, right? See everybody, this would stop you out sometimes, right? And with the premise that I didn't do any mistakes, did the market hit the red? No, it did not. The blue. So blue goes to blue, everybody. Blue goes to blue, and if blue goes to blue, our D extension must be somewhere in here. It must be a high, and that's the high. Delete this one. Moving forward, green go, whoa, and it's going to break the 4-hour Fibonacci in this sense, and green goes to green, right? Green goes to green. So somewhere up in here is going to be the ABCD, the last one. And if I'm not mistaken, everybody, give me a second. This would be the high, all right? And then the market broke our Fibonacci on the 4-hour chart, and then it went back up, 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 up. So we need to do this work, right? ABCD, just quickly zoom in the chart. ABCD, give me a second. ABCD, and green goes to green, if I'm not mistaken. ABCD, and then I just want to see if the market is going to stop me out again in here. And yeah, we cannot speculate like this. You need to do the work. Red goes to red. That's the red, and Do we have a high? Do we have a high up in here? Not a high, not a high. So this is the most recent. And the market went down to here, didn't stop us out. See, but it took some time, right? Didn't stop us out. It went green, still green. This was the blue. That's the blue and the red, right? That's the blue and the red. So horizontal line at the red this time. Horizontal line at the red. On the 4-hour chart, I'm going to double check the high. A little bit lower. Snap to candle. Whoops, one more time. There you go. And widget. Where is the widget, everybody? Here. And I need to confirm this high. What's the high? 19819. 19819 and 19816. Alright, so that's a high. Everybody, it's alright. So this is the Fibonacci here on the 4-hour chart this time, and make it smaller, right? Moving forward with the 4-hour chart, and also we get another winner trading the Fibonacci's. Everybody, can you see it? And high and low. So would you make some money on the 4-hour chart? Statistically proven 6 times out of 10 on average, not 7 times, but 6 times out of 10. You know, would you make some money, everybody? On the 4-hour chart, you would win 1, 2, 3, 4. Back in time, you would win 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, and then the 11th would be a loser. Still an edge, right? Okay. Now be careful, right, everybody, because the daily hit the extension. What is going to happen most likely on the 4-hour chart? This is more from the Fibonacci advanced course. When the market hit the extension on the daily, then this is going to drag the 4-hour chart to some retracement too, 7 times out of 10 before it goes back up. Alright? Type in the chat, everybody, do you have the same original Fibonacci on GBP, JPY as I do? Where is Alex? Alex, it's working. ABC, give me a second. ABC. We'll retrace, exactly. ABCD. Up in here. ABCD, everybody. And just to have fun, right? Not talking about trading, but charting the confirmation Fibonacci. You know, sub A, sub B, right? And we can do it like this. Text one more time. The same Fibonacci in the 4-hour. Alright. Everybody, do you agree that now that it passed almost 3 weeks, is Fibonacci that difficult, everybody, to understand? The logic behind? Olga, what do you think? Is this that difficult? In the beginning, everybody's like, oh, this is too difficult, it's too complex. But learning and relearning rules and concepts, everybody, do you believe do you still understand? I mean, is that difficult still? There is no right or wrong, you know. But the logic behind, right? So sub A, sub B, sub C. Green goes to green, everybody, from here to here. Sub A goes to sub C. You would win once. Sub B goes to sub D. then sub C is this one. It hit the red, right? Red goes to red, and this sub D must be a high, so this is the most recent confirmation Fibonacci sub B, sub D, right? Whoops, what did I do? Where is the sub D, sub B? Alright, so sub B, it's up in here. Sub A is in here. Sub C, and let's write it again, not really a problem. Sub D, right? Boss, does the Fibonacci always retrace? Yes. Yes, it does. Not difficult at all this level, just need to practice and follow the rules. Exactly, just practice, practice, practice. Okay, everybody? Boss, what is better, to trade the original Fibonacci or the confirmation? Talking about probabilities, everybody, it's always better to trade the original one compared to the confirmation. But if you lose the entry at the C, especially in deep retracement, then especially on the monthly and the weekly and the daily, then yes, it makes all the sense for you to go on the confirmation. Makes sense, everybody? The confirmation Fibonacci on the smaller time frame, some of you are going to trade 15-minute charts, some of you are going to trade the 1 hour charts. The confirmation Fibonacci, as an analyst, it can help you to increase the probabilities on the 15-minute chart. You can look for alignments on the 4-hour confirmation Fibonacci. Make sense? If you would day trade or intraday trade, in here, example, you know that based on the Fibonacci theory, this is not okay to short anymore. Make sense? The deeper the retracement, the stronger the reversal, the probability of the reversal. So if you would short in here on the 15-minute chart, 1 hour chart, why not, right? Anyway, you're going to do your homework, everybody. Make sense? Okay, everybody, let's finish for today. Alright, we just covered GBP, JPY. Okay, do you have any questions? Everybody, do you have any questions about the original Fibonacci rules? Do you have any questions about the contrarian Fibonacci rules? Do you have any questions about the confirmation Fibonacci rules? Do you have any questions? See, next week we're going to talk about alignments. Where is the best alignment, right? Larger time frames controls price movement and market direction on the smaller time frames. This is an old picture, I believe it's from 20 years ago, but it's showing the Fibonacci's, right? The black one is the Fibonacci on the monthly, the blue one is the Fibonacci on the weekly, the red one is the Fibonacci on the daily, and the green one is the Fibonacci on the 2-hour chart. So the best probability, it's where all the 4 charts are aligned. And you can use this picture to study the charts, and you can use this picture for your analysis, you as an analyst, and you can use this picture when it comes time to build your strategy and or trade. Yes? See in here ABCD. Olga is asking, do the confirmation Fibonacci work on 50-minute chart? Olga, if you are asking about probabilities, the answer is no. No, no, no. Everything below the 4-hour chart, it's random, everybody. Okay? It's random. Random, random, random. You can have 5 losers in a row, you can have 5 winners in a row, it's random. Okay, everybody, have a great weekend. See you back on Monday for the last week in this year. Then we go on vacation. Until Monday, stay strong and relax like a boss. Never forget you're the boss of your own account. You just don't understand it yet, but anyway. See you back on Monday.